All right, so we're at we're the day before the tournament. We're at the end of the season, and unbelievably, we didn't get to, normally these clans will come up and work really hard, grind it out to try and knock us out because we're not grinding it. But we actually got in the promotion zone. So the Kings of Golf, the main clan, got promoted to Expert 3. Look at that. That will be probably about as high as we can get up in the clan structure, and we'll drift down here. We'll probably be at the bottom of the chart come tournament time. Let's see how many people have already posted. Yeah, these clans are definitely gonna get us out of there. So let's see. Let's stop here for a second and let's go look at the end of the season stuff. Hold on one second. All right, before we go do that, so we have some people that were promotions were offered to some people in the Kings of Golf 2. And I know another Dunner and Paw, Joe Golf came back. We got 49 members coming into this season, so 2 tournaments. Duke, Clasher, Golf Clasher, Tank, Anouk Soon, the beginning 2, Flip, 2 Putt Dump, Top Cat, Big Fish, Eric, Pmar, Terry, G Dub, Sean, 21, Jamie, Jason, Smackaho, 88, Galvanize, V, EcoBird, BP13, Scooby, Black Widow, Stephen, Brigsby, Triple A, Beanie, Ryan Chastity, Keith, Odd. My Odd account can move out if anybody wants the spot. It's just a practice account for me. Have a Dig Bick, Pmar, Dunner, Kyle, Baby Popo, In the Hole, Jake Easy, Ed, Eddie, Jake, Mike D, Who, DSD, 59, Green Cheese, and me. So let's go check it out here real quick. Hold on, let me go to the Facebook page. All right, so last season in the Kings of Golf, looking at 48 players throughout the season. Those that made the weekend round, you can tell by the scores. Top 20, top 34, 33 made the weekend round. Pretty much every tournament, not every tournament, but quite a bit of turnout for the tournaments. Number 10, Keith, Terry, Dunner, Jason, Guest, 376, 88. Kyle's practice account, getting it up there in the top 10. Flip, I came in third. Got the bronze. Jake Easy came up and just got me on the last 2 rounds of the last tournament, the Pacific Cup, and edged me out and took over second and got the silver. That's amazing. Awesome job, Jake Easy. Awesome job. And then Eco Bird up at the top. That is monster. Look at the scores on Eco. Eco shot absolutely fantastic and smoked us last season. Top player in the clan. That's fantastic. I was talking to Eco Bird. We were texting in Messenger and talking about the upcoming tournament. I think this next tournament is definitely my type of tournament. I told him I thought I had him covered. So, but you can see the gaps. So there's a lot to cover. Eco's an awesome player. So trying to put some pressure on him. All right, that's how the Kings of Golf ended up. So let's check out the Kings of Golf too. Let's see what their end of the season rankings were. So the top 10 at 32 that competed, right at about 24 that were making weekend rounds. Top 10, Ball Boy, UK Remy, Hazy Guy, Top Cat, my 99 account, making it with the T4 clubs, coming in 6th. Guess 348. Another Dunner. Lynx. Jaker. Curtis. So we got Lynx coming in. Boy, that was close up there at the top. Close. Actually, a tie for second. So Lynx and Jaker looked like they were right there. That's a tie for second place. So 2 silver winners. And Curtis up there at the top. Getting it done. Good job, Curtis. Fantastic. So the people that were at the bottom, this is the first season for that. So just trying to work it out with people that want to come up the first season. I can tell you, if you're down here at the bottom, your spot is definitely not safe, because if we get to the point where the clan's full, we'll move people over. There's enough ways to communicate in the clan. Go to the Facebook page, get on Messenger, where we can all talk and trade shots and talk about setup on certain holes. So just talking about our clans, the clans are doing really good. I'm really amazed that we got promoted. The Kingz of Golf 2 got promoted to Pro 2, and the Kingz of Golf got promoted to Expert 3. So that's pretty good showing there. So looking at these holes here, just like a scout for us, I got to play pretty much all of the holes here. I missed out on that one. I tried a rough bump on hole number 1, and I was using an Apocalypse, and it's at minimum club, and I did 2 per ring, so that's 1.25% increase at minimum club, and just barely caught that rough. It's a really small rough. A real accurate driver would work really good here. So the rings are smaller, so you can make a better adjustment. And I went right at it and was actually really close doing a rough bump, but it is a super scary rough bump depending on which way the wind's blowing. Hole number 2, I'm definitely going to explore the white line. The one and only time I got this shadow, there's a shadow right here, this little fairway where it kicks out, I actually bled off into that area. I'm not sure with the extra mile if I can cover that distance to get it to bleed up just like into this area right here, but I'm going to continue to explore this side right here as the week goes. Because the way it works is, this is everything. Monday is really where the rubber meets the road. It's like a test. So Monday is all about practice. It's all about coming out on these holes and bringing the right clubs. So definitely bringing an extra mile, definitely bringing a big dog, definitely bringing a 5 power ball, definitely trying to get as much distance as I can on the drive. And I'm going to practice trying to bring an around shot, trying to get more out into the lower area so I can straighten the shot up and just try and dribble it onto the green. I've been doing the rough bump, changing that up. This hole right here, I only got this hole 1 or 2 times, and I think I got it once, and I did try a rough bump from in here, and it was possible. I did do a rough bump from there and got pretty close. But once again, it depends on which way the wind's blowing, and it was a scary rough bump. I tried to mix it up on all these holes. I didn't get this hole at all, but I'm definitely going to try and get on the island in 1. I'm going to bring a rough iron for backspin, sand wedge for backspin. If you've got a Grim Reaper 6, it's got more backspin than your Saturn, and it's a better club for this shot. And bring it, if not, bring a Saturn. Whatever long iron you have that's got the most amount of backspin. Ideally, if you don't have something upper developed, it's actually better to be in the rough because you have a machete. And you have a machete even when you've got lower developed stuff. That's definitely how I'm going to practice that hole tomorrow. This hole right here, I did not get at all. I didn't do any of the Port Hello Cove holes. I didn't practice there. I was trying to get the Southern Pines. This hole here, I'm going to lay up right here, and I'm going to come at it. I'm going to start off just to remember how to do the shot tomorrow on my first account with a Guardian. And then I'm going to maybe try a big dog If you have an upper developed, I think if you have a cataclysm level 5 or higher, it's better than a big dog, even when a big dog's maxed. But if you've got either one of those clubs, trying to do the rough bump in here because you need top spin. But I'm going to start off on my first practice round tomorrow. I'm going to bring a guardian just so that I can make sure I've got the shot down to get the eagle. This shot right here, while I don't normally like doing these types of shots, I'm definitely going to bounce off from over here and try and get up to get on. I'm gonna look at it. Maybe the first time I'll go ahead and just do the normal shot, and then I'll try some other shots. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna bounce over. I'm almost positive. It looks like the transition, the way that the fairway and rough transition here is, it's a flat fairway and then it rolls over. So you can, if you're, the only thing here is going to be dependent on wind direction, and where we're at in our clubs. So you need to make really good wind adjustments if you're going from this side, and give yourself plenty of room. Don't set it up so that you're right up against that transition. Even though it's that type of transition that we can, give yourself at least a couple rings of room in your shot setup. I think a lot of people push in there because if they watch some people's videos, they're constantly up against those transitional points. And that's not really the best way to set those shots up. This hole right here, if you've got an upper developed, I played this hole a lot. So if you have an upper developed extra mile, you can use that power 5 ball from right here and do a rough bump and go right towards the green and end up right either at the cup or on the fringe right there. I did try the max overpower hook shot here and ended up with a power 3 ball and ended up going in this direction right here. I would have had to bring out a power 4 or power 5 ball in order to get out into this direction. But these parallel points right here, it's possible that you could get over here and get a bounce, because where I landed towards the end of my run was way out here towards the tip. And so on the arc, I've opened up this fairway. So it is possible to do that max overpower hook if you brought out a bigger power ball and did it from the same spot that I was doing. I posted a video on it. But this right here, if you got an extra mile 9, is the way. If you've got lower developed stuff, I really do think that either bringing out a power 4 ball and trying to go forward, or just laying up in this area, and you'll have to bounce over from here to get up into there, so it doesn't matter where you're at, and then taking the short iron in every time is probably the best way to go. I haven't decided yet how I'm going to do this. I'm going to bring out a power 4 ball and see what this looks like with my 99 account. But in my main account, I'm going to be hitting from right here, and in my odd account, I'll probably be doing this shot. I still haven't got on this hole with the right clubs. So I really think if you're doing where you're trying to bleed out, you're getting out into this area. And from there, you've got a sniper that comes in if you're using the rocks. You can do the layup, and you can get on where you can open up this with your big dog and get up to the cup. It's about 5 topspin. And you've got an opportunity there, and you've got a pretty easy drive that can be epic fail. But I think if you draw the line for these fairways out here, you need to be somewhere on this side of that line in order to engage with a big dog. So if you draw an arc out here, if you brought a big dog and a 5 power ball, you could probably engage even where you could just hit out here and you could engage it. You have a little bit more look at the fairway here. Fairway is a little bit deeper down in this pocket from this angle. So I think if you can get anywhere below this line, if you can get enough hook on it or enough curl, big topper, big ball. But I haven't been able to try this shot enough. I got it twice, and I ended up where I didn't get below that line. So both times, if I draw that line back on there, both times I was in this area, I was up in this area above the line. The one time I was close to it, I was able to get just a little peek right here with my sniper, and I was able to do a max overpower hook shot and get it up to where I could pitch it on. I posted that shot as well. That's a tough way to get eagle on that hole, but it it was the clubs that I brought, but a big dog is definitely required on this hole. But tomorrow is really, so like if we're back on our lessons, tomorrow is really where the rubber meets the road. So I don't normally practice a whole lot during the weeks. I practice a little bit more this week just because I was shooting these videos. But right here, it's really important to go out on Monday and practice and not try and qualify. But it's really important to be respectful when you practice and you're forfeiting. So normally, like if I'm on a green, I will forfeit only when I know like they're on the green and I'm putting for the win. So I'll miss the shot, forfeit. At that point, I don't like helping my opponents out, and I don't like hurting my opponents either. I want them to be able to, they paid the price of admission, so they should be able to take that drive shot and take that shot coming into the cup. And sometimes they make it and it messes you up, so that you really want to make sure that you keep your score low, because you can end up qualifying when you're not paying attention to it. I've had it happen. I've had teammates that have had it happen. So it's real important to keep the score low, but be a good player, a good part of the community when you're forfeiting, so you're not jacking up your opponent. All right. So that was just a quick lesson, a little bit about where the clan's at. We're coming into a new season, and we're getting ready for a brand new tournament. Starts tomorrow morning, and I will get up and play a practice round, and I'll post as I play and see how it goes, because I really haven't I've gotten a few of the holes and been able to kind of look at how I want to play them. And I have a game plan going in, but I really don't have that much time out on the course. So that's what these qualifying rounds are for. The way I normally work it is I practice in both of my upper developed accounts on Monday. And then on Tuesday, I try and qualify my main account, my 77 account. And then on Wednesday, I would qualify my practice account. And with my low level account, I usually just try and qualify it on Monday and just play one round with it. And my goal with my lower level account is to just shoot minimum score and put myself in the right spot. I want to pick up every single shot I can possibly pick up. So don't mistake me when I say that I'm playing for minimum score, that I'm playing to put myself in the perfect spot every time, so that I have the best opportunity to pick up that next shot. And in the process, if I miss that shot, I know I'm guaranteed that minimum score, and trying to pick up everything that I possibly can. This is not going to be one of those super low scoring tournaments. It's not going to be a minus 30. It could be argued on this because of, let's go back here to this hole right here. It could be argued because of, you're looking at birdies on the par threes, birdies on the par fours, and this one's pick upable. But I've only been picking it up like 20% of the time, and this one right here is like low percentage. I mean, like I can't remember the last time I picked this up in a tournament. I have, but I can't remember when. This hole right here is a par 5 that we normally would think of as a -2. We think of this as, every par 5 is an eagle hole, but this hole right here, this is a tough score. I mean, really, it could be argued that this is a -1 hole with an eagle opportunity, because there's really no chance at albatross. Albatross is possible, but it is definitely the exception rather than the rule. So this hole right here, it could be argued that drops us down, and instead of a -12, we should be a -11. This hole right here is definitely a birdie hole. This is definitely a birdie hole with an eagle opportunity. So does this one. This one's a little bit higher percentage than that other one. So we've got a couple of shots here. This hole has been about a 20%er for me as well. Like about 20% of the time I can hit a hole in one here, doing the shot from this spot where you're in this area. I hit this one sometimes. This hole right here is definitely an eagle that most people are going to get bogey on. or excuse me, not bogey, but they're going to get birdie on. And it doesn't matter what level your clubs are. If you've got a level 1 Guardian and a QB, you can get this hole done. You can get eagle on this hole every time. So tomorrow when I get out there and practice, I'll definitely show you how to do that, because that hole is a hole that's going to cause a lot of people problems, and we should not have any problems at all with it. This is another hole right here that we have a better shot at getting a hole-in-one, but it's a birdie hole. This is a birdie hole with if you got a level 9 extra mile, you should be getting eagle every single time. Hole number 9 is another one of those holes that this is a par 5. We should be getting an eagle. But I can see a lot of people ending up with birdie. So there's an eagle opportunity here if you set yourself up right. But you've got to hit the drive and the next shot in the right spot. So it's either hit over the rocks, do the curl around, or lay up and try and go for it that way. It's one of those, but we've got to get this eagle. We really have to get this eagle on both of these par 5s that most people are going to fail on. A big portion of each bracket's going to fail on the first par 5 and this last par 5. So normally we have a -12 as our minimum. It could be argued because of those 2 holes that our minimum could be -10. But we really want to look at these holes as the -12. That needs to be what we're striving for, because this is one of those tournaments where the real minimum score is the score. And there's opportunities to pick up holes on, pick up some shots on some of the holes. Even the other par 5, you could pick up, there is an Albie opportunity on there with the rough bump. So there's 7 of the 9 holes that there's an opportunity to pick a shot up. So there are lots of opportunities. They're just not easy ones. So if you come into the weekend round with a -28, you're definitely, I think, going to win. If you're from -26 to -28, you're definitely going to banner. I mean, I think these are going to be the winning scores. We're not talking in the 30s or the 32s this week. We're talking as low as 26. So just the minimum score is -24. So just picking up 1 per side. So when I say like some of those holes are 20%ers, you get 1 or 2 of those in the weekend round, and that takes you from the 24 to the 26, and that all of a sudden puts you in banner range, because most people are struggling just to get the 12. So if you're anywhere between -10 and 12, and really, to be fair, I'm going to say -11 should be the minimum, because on those par 5s, you have to pick up, if you want to banner, you need to pick them both up. But as far as minimum goes, picking up 1 on one side and 1 on the other isn't bad. So, in somewhere in that neighborhood for our minimum score, but we really want to strive for this -11, or excuse me, -12, to stay up in that -24, so that if we pick up anything else, we're putting ourselves into immediate banner range, and possibly even a win, just depending on your bracket. All right, that was a little bit of going into the Monday practice round. And I will see you guys out there tomorrow, and hopefully everybody has a great tournament. So now is when you just relax. You've got your notes. Don't worry too much about notes. Tomorrow it's about going out onto the hole and just bringing the right clubs and the right ball, so that you can see if the shot that you're wanting to do is going to work. That way you can test out the second shot and make sure you've got everything you want, and then we can start making a set of notes for the real qualifying round. All right, thanks for watching.